I think one thing people struggle with when chasing a goal or, looking for a career is just motivation and discipline. I think it's something people don't really know how to maintain or keep. And the idea I have on it is discipline is brute force. I think wherever there's a rule, you will need a certain threshold of virtue in order to continue following that rule. If you set a rule for yourself right now and there's no reason to actually follow it, you won't follow it. If I tell you every Monday, do 5-star jumps for no reason, no one's actually going to do it because there is no virtue in doing 5 random star jumps on a Monday. And what you need to do with the rules you have or the reasons for, what you do is change your perspective more than discipline yourself. Because discipline just fills in the gap where your virtue can't sustain you actually doing an action. So when you change your relationship with why you're doing things or the reason behind you do things, it can completely change your relationship with the action and lead you to doing the action just naturally or being more willing to do the action. And that might sound complicated or very abstract, but let me use me for example, right? So with me, the reason why I'm able to create stuff and just do whatever I want is because I've changed the relationship with why I do stuff. If I were to be someone who, creates content for, audiences and wanting to make content that is consumed by people, I would be paralyzed by, you know, likes, shares, all of these social media metrics. If I'm not getting X amount of likes, I feel a lack of motivation and I feel the need to discipline myself into continuing. But the reason why I do stuff, instead of saying it's for likes, it's this is in my imagination. Let me get it out of my imagination. The reason or the virtue behind it is not external validation, it's purely the materialization of my imagination. And in doing that, I don't have to say I ever need discipline. I just do stuff because I can and I want to. It's like, oh, I thought about it, let me do it. Because whenever there's something in my imagination, maybe this might not be the one. Maybe this might not be the thing that gets me somewhere in life. I understand that. However, it's taking up space in my mind. So as soon as I materialize it, I make room for the next thing to come into my head. And by doing that, I allow myself to just continuously keep doing things because things come into my head, I take them out. Things come into my head, I take them out. And that puts me in a position where I'm always productive without ever having any discipline because I'm never telling myself, oh, you have to do this, you have to keep going. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like discipline because I've changed my perspective or my relationship with why I act.